Oh, we are live. Well, it would be nice if this showed it that way. Maybe I'm not doing it right. I don't know. Whatever the case may be, I believe that we are live. It does appear to be that way. I think that music's still a little hot, coming in a little spicy. Yeah, I think that's a manageable level. Okay, yeah. No, it exists. Now I can pay attention. So, yeah, unfortunately, no DM debrief today. You know, I needed to adjust one thing here on my side because, no, I think I'm fine. Yeah, we're okay. We're all right. Get that chat. Wait, where's that chat? Oh, wrong. Professionalism is... There we go. I like that. Now, let's make it bigger. There we go. Hooray! Chat is visible. Oh. Yeah, I don't know why there's a red panda back there. I'm not complaining. Oops. That's not what went up there. I'm not complaining. But it just kind of does. It just kind of does whatever it wants, basically. That's basically it. Yeah, we're getting pretty close on those coins. If you saw the brief glimpse that occurred there just a moment ago. Boy, that is really... You know, that speech jammer app? That was all the rage. I'm getting that myself right now. Let's see. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, is that better? No reverb. Okay, I think that fixed it for, well, not really, but I'm just gonna have to deal with it on my side, I think. Anyway, the nonsense. Oh, what is it? Okay, let me rotate this a little bit. My desk is way too full. Okay, there we go. That's better. So there has been progress made off stream, as is reasonable to expect, considering it's been a few weeks since we've been in here. We've worked on the coin some. Look at that. You know, I'll show you the model. I've been working on the model in here. Going from program to programs, different styles of navigation is always fun. So yeah, you can see this is a drone here. I'm not going to do any modeling on the screen because mostly I don't think that's going to be very interesting for anyone. But I've got that and my slicer so that it should be able to be 3D printed, which will be nice. And then, if you didn't hear, Wade said that he would be more than willing to help get some painting done on those boys. So, I've got that one, and I've got the Nick already modeled. This one will need some more work, because if you've never done this, which I would venture to say that probably like 99% of people haven't done this, as far as speaking specifically of modeling something in a 3D modeling program and then trying to export it to a 3D printer format into that .stl file type. The population that has the reason to do such a thing, and the, in my case, lack of personal responsibility to actually follow through with such a thing, is very small. It's a small group of people. It's a small group of people, but as you can see, that has been worked upon, and you know, we'll go ahead and get some more words listed on here. One of the ways that the coins are helping is that I've had to create what's going to be stamped on them. So the Se tocco mova trabion, as has been mentioned in the campaign, I think at some point, I think not necessarily in the run of play, but as like a tangential bit of lore, as most of this stuff is. I had to figure out how you're going to write that. Oh, which we did do. We did work on that, because it's like right here. Yeah, right there. And as you can see, when that is... Nope, wrong click. When that is made into a legible format, it would look something like this. And now I have, in this program, like a little template so I can work on it. And over here I was just playing around with different designs. I was maybe going to do this very intricate sort of geometric work because Ungolian architecture is renowned for its geometric patterns. Living in an underground domain, they rely much more on geometric shapes and patterning than they do on color. Because I do keep the canon in that dark vision is grayscale. So, you know, if you're walking through a tunnel and you don't have your torch on, I'm not British, but if you don't have your torch lit, I will say, or your arcanic pebble lit up with your light spell, then you want to still be able to appreciate the beauty around you. But looking more into the actual process that you would go through to make these sorts of coins, especially in the rough time frame of like 1400 to 1550-ish technologically. A lot of it was hand stamping, and you're going to lose a lot of fidelity with the fine pattern that one shows. So I didn't feel like that would hold up in a sort of logical format. So I went with a little bit more of a simplified style, one that would lend itself to hand stamping, or sort of an amalgam of mold and stamping. So I'm working on like having the idea of their smithing process, not smithing process, but coinage, the making of the coins, of having a large table that you would pour the precious metal of choice, whether it be copper, silver, gold, platinum, or I think it's technically going to be adamantium. Not adamantium. They're not X-Men or whatever. Onto a table that then has a lid or some sort of large-scale stamp brought down and then weighted in position by the coinsmiths. That's what I'm leaning towards at the moment. And I feel like that is... because part of the hand stamping itself wouldn't necessarily work, I don't think. And, if you're a metalsmith and I'm just blatantly wrong and ill-advised, then, let me know in the comments. But the punch-outs that are in all the coins for just their stylization, so that you could distinguish between coins at a glance, so that you can distinguish between coins without having the color of the precious metals being involved, with them all being the same size. I decided not to do any different sized coins, as is typically the case with coinage. I mean, a penny is not the same size as a quarter or a $50. Those are the most commonly used ones, right? The $50, the Kennedy $50, obviously. Your Walking Liberty silver dollar, I believe that's the case. Anyways, the Ungol, same shape for each of the coins, but they have the different slots on there. And I think that you could make the logical leap that those slots actually enable the coins to have the sonic resonance that they do as their anti-forgery mechanisms, which we have covered briefly on a previous session, that each of the coins has an inherent magical enchantment that if you have they have a board that has embedded in it verified coins, and if you touch the two coins together and say the activation word, the mantra, whatever it may be, then they will emit some sort of sonic impulse. So for the drones, it's just a consistent sound. I don't know exactly where it's pitched, but there's a... So you would, as you're counting, you're gonna be feeling that vibration as it goes across, and if you hit one that doesn't do it, then you know that it's not a good coin. You can either take it up with the person who gave it to you, or send it back for a replacement from your local banker, who are typically cash sharn. That's from the book. That's from some deep lore stuff. The nicks, we've gone over this a couple times. The nicks are an octave, but octave is a Western, is too directly correlative to this actual world that exists that I didn't want to use an octave. Like, you could see them with their, I don't want to get too much into that. I don't have that fleshed out at all. It's an octave, so you hear the octave when you slide it. So I can't sing multiphonically in that regard. I can't do it. So I'm not going to try to do it. I really want to fix whatever's going on with this. It's not usually this bad. It's really bugging me though, because if I sound like I'm slurring my words at all or taking some strange pauses, it's because I'm getting speech jammed the whole time. All right, let me think here for a moment. But I don't want to mess up this. Okay, that's taking from voice meter B1, right? I just want to know if I can get, oh, hold on. I think this might work. Okay. Oh, lovely, I did it. I figured it out. Now, I could just hear the music, which is so fantastic. Oh. Crisis averted. We are still good to go. I can see that my voice is coming through here. Yeah. Good. Good. I can't hear myself in my own head, but I can hear myself just with my general earballs, so that is fine. Where were we? Yeah, the nicks. Oh, shoot. Did I bring that all in here? It's the nicks, the steps. Oh, I can look at this. Nicks, steps, trills and chords. That's it. Trills and chords. That's it. Yeah. I think this is the stylization I'm gonna go with. These are my little hand-drawn ones, so that I don't get them in the way. I don't know how well that's visible, but it's fine at the moment. The question is, should we just get into the silly word stuff or what? The nicks, the chords, yeah. So as you go up, it makes noise, and with the additional slots in there, it could make sense that they're actually resonating with that there's a functional use behind the visual. And you know, if I can string together both a visual with a substantive, I prefer to do that than anything else. I don't like to just make choices to make choices unless they are backed up within the internal logic of the world itself. A lot of words I'm saying. Let me just double check that I can hear myself. Yep, okay. So, we do have some catching up to do because, like I said, I have done some work offline, which is, I think, understandable and perfectly fine. A lot of words I'm saying. Oh. Let me just double check that I can hear myself. Yes, you can hear yourself, sir. I do like this track. This track is really good. So what we were looking at, that I put that, and then so on one side of the coin I'm going to have the Si tocamo con la Vendrapion as a stamp on it. On the other side, my plan is to do a guy whose name essentially means treasurer. That's the lower symbol that you're seeing there, but you may not recognize some of those symbols because some of them have been created recently. The first one you should recognize. That is this is ne, for Nahar, Nahoon. Nope. No. I also refined down some of the actual verbiage of the language, so I can drag this over here. I wrote out some actual rules for this silly thing. Structure is time, subject / actor, object / recipient, and action or verb. So this would be, if you're at all familiar with like general language information, it would be so English is like subject, object. No, it is like subject, verb, object. And then time is very flexible for English, right? You could say it at the beginning, you could say it in the middle, you could say it at the end. So time does not function very statically within English. Subject, verb, object, and then time can come at the end. You could say, I talked to him yesterday. That's subject, talked, verb, object, him, yesterday. I talked to him yesterday. Or you could say, yesterday I talked to him. English is a very flexible language. That's why I like it a lot. It's not just because I'm a native speaker or anything, but also because I feel like it's a great language. So, when you're making up languages, having more strict rules are certainly easier because you can sort of come up with ideas and then force them into, you can mold them into, you have a pre-made mold. So you can sort of sculpt them as you're going along to have them make sense within a language without having just like, if you don't have any structure, then if you try to actually come back and do it later, then it's going to be very difficult to do that. So I always apply some rules. One of the things that you really need to think about first, pretty early on, is that word order. So one of the other ones, the Ungol, they're verb, object, subject, time. So theirs is very different than English. Well, I guess not really. You just move no, it is very different. You're moving like the verb out from the middle to the front. But I did that because their languages, they're the sort of upper echelon thoughts behind the reasons why I'm doing all these individual languages. The sort of trickle down effects of language are important. It is very difficult to conceive of ideas that you do not have a frame of reference for within your own spoken language. So, language is going to have an effect on the people that speak it. With that being the case, the Ungol are very action-oriented, right? They're very much doers, I guess would be a part of what it is. Like they're focused on doing things and getting things done, and in the past that has been bad things, but in more recent years it's been some of the morally great things. But that's why the verb comes first in the Ungol language, because the action is what's most important. And then you can learn who did the action, who they're doing it to, and then when they're doing it is sort of a less necessary thing. Like a lot of times you can just leave it off. If you leave it off, then you can infer when that would be occurring. If you need to really do it, then you can state at the end there are some specific tense words that you would use to denote when something is occurring. For the Ungolians, for the Ungolian language, it was more along the lines of transaction. We've talked about this already in some of the streams, that they're very transaction focused. They're mercantile, that they are focused on the I'm the giver, you are the receiver. So their language starts off with subject and object being next to each other, and then the action comes afterwards, so that you can learn who is involved before you learn what's even happening. And then time comes first in that. I don't know why I put time first, actually. Is just so it would be different? No, it's because you would need, probably time would go before action, actually. At the end. Sometimes I also just want to make the choices so that they're not all the same. I don't know. I may have to come back to that. I will have to come back to that eventually. So because time is already, if I... Right, so moving forward, I do have to denote when time would be occurring in this language because it's not built into the verb structure already. So then you go down and since they were the first race in Umbalin to put their language into the Plainspeak alphabet, that's why it's called Plainspeak, I went through and I wrote out actually what the vowel endings do, right? So we've already talked about some of these. You'll see that there's a new one here because I decided that there need to be another attribute in there. Just going through it, I'm like, there are some things here that functionally I need to make sure are occurring. So I mean, you can read it on there, but if you're just chilling out and listening for some strange reason, you've got the E coupling of E and E in there. You can see here. You got your base word, then your vowel, which is like a sort of a conjugation, I suppose. And then the consonant at the end is what's giving you whether it's sort of an action or an attribute. Which is like a strange sort of subtle distinction that I'm making in the language. But so the E's are for some sort of interaction with an animate creature and some sort of cognizant creature, something that is not material, right? So something that has a will of its own, essentially. There's E, long E for non-physical, short E for physical interaction. Then for O, that is with an inanimate object, so it'd be like with a stone or a tree or a river. Yeah, for a river. Then U is with yourself, so that's where you get those three different things. And then the I's are for characteristics of an animate, and A's are for characteristics of an inanimate, both physical and non-physical. And there is no, apparently, because I haven't put it on here, there is no characteristic ending for self, because you are also an animate object. So, you don't need it. It's already self-explanatory. But you have to be able to differentiate. I guess you could do it so that if you just take out the you, the self one, that the object is yourself. It's like, I bought myself food, right? That is what they would be saying here. But instead, you wouldn't need the myself, you just say the you ending. And that inherently means that it is with yourself. I think that's fine. Maybe? I don't know. And then for the consonant endings, oh, right, because these vowel endings actually are not denoted in the writing. So each word, it's part of the why they had to do the Plainspeak, because it's very in their language, it's very it has to be understood. So it's very difficult to master the language itself if you're non-native. It works much better as a spoken language than it does as a written language, which, may or may not be super useful. But the lines before, after, or either side would denote whether an action has been completed or failed or has not been determined. That's if it's on both sides. If it's an attribute, then the line is underneath. That something is attained, that's underneath. If it's something that's lacking, it's above. If it has not been determined, then it's both above and below at the same time. Just to sort of give it some more fleshed out things to help with the construction of these other words. What a diatribe. Oh, that's not the one I want to open. So, going back over here. Wait, we can actually write Dolrog como vai trabion now, can't we? Yeah. So, So for Dorol Komave Trabion, which probably won't actually be visible at any point during this campaign. There we go. Oh, sorry. Dorol'n'veniir Vobrin. So... yeah. Venir. This was... oh, look, there's Venir Vobrin. So we're going to call this Vobrin. I suppose so. I mean, that's a little bit big, but that would be... and then we put the diacritic out on the outside, so now we've got Dorog Venir Vobrin. Then you read this as com, so Dorog Venir Vobrin all together. You could probably write that a little bit more neatly, so I will. But we can at least like put the calm is not a word that you'll actually see. Alright, then we'll write it all together here. Try to make it a little bit more pretty. There we go. I guess if you're like, if you already know what you're writing, you put the diacritic first, probably. But I believe that's correct. Dorog Venir Vobrin, yeah. I did add a little apostrophe. The first time I wrote this, I didn't put that in there, but I think it needs to be in there. But to the ones that we are adding today, transaction, we did see it's oh, that's much too small. And that's it. Essentially. I put it up here, right? Yeah, right there. Yeah. Better attempt than that. I got the hands wrong on this. That the thumb's on the wrong side. So that's why this one's actually technically wrong. This one's more correct. And that's just nah. So. And this ending would always be. This ending would always be a. Oh. Nahon, right? Oh, no, Nahun. No, not, it'll be with animate. So Nahin, Nahen, because it's a physical interaction with an animate. You could maybe at some point say Nahun. If that one, no, you wouldn't say that. You wouldn't say that. But this one, this is a new one. I went to the wrong screen, but those two are different. Those are actually are two new words. You can see one here and one there. This one is hold on, give me a second. This is actually Visirion. Is actually what this is. And this is also a map. This is obviously Neher. That's Neher. Oh, nope. This is a different style of navigation. This one is Tukdol. Tukdol. So we've seen Dol. There's the official way to write it. This is Tuk, which means individual. And the way that I came up with that is that we come back over here. And you know this whole number system that we talked about in the first stream? It's growing out of that. So, let's see where I work on that. It's right here. Let me get my notes for it. I'll need this in a minute. Here it is. Bokobo. Bokobo is a word that means only. It means one of one. Bokobo. It's actually two symbols, but it is only one word, which is a strange thing for them. Because you translate it as one. It means one of one. So it means only or maybe unique. Probably, yeah, sort of also unique. But we've got like only / unique equals Bokobo. And it looks like this. It's technically a whole phrase, but that's Bokobo, because that's one of one. Actually, this line won't be here, because there's no apostrophe. Do I want it to be Bokombo? Bokombo? But growing out of that, I also had first and all the other numbers, right? All the other, not numbers, but what do you call those? Cardinal is sticking to my head for some reason. But that's not it. Cardinal's not it. It's is it cardinal? First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, so on and so forth. Can't remember them all. But those, all of those. Dot, dot, dot. I'm going to put a dot, dot, dot there, and it's... Why is it Bokovu, though? It's Bokovu. That's what I called it. And it's pretty similar. It's a pretty similar idea. So it's like one of an untold number. Why did I say Vu? Is Vu a number? Vu's not a number, is it? Hold on, wrong screen. This screen is where I was going. No, it's not. I don't know. I guess I just wanted it to be that. But that means that this means Vu, right? So an untold number would be Vu. There's not a E, I, O, I. No, there's no E. Yeah, there's. Could be the. I don't know. I'll have to think about that a little bit more. So how does that come down to individual? Well, if we talk about individuals, which is Tuk, then it is going to be one of one, but it's Tuk, so it's just one. If it's an individual, then it's not one of. It's sort of one of one, but it's more like this. because we've talked about how this symbol is like to contain, to be about that, and yeah, so there. It's linking these two. This is sort of, you take this horizontal linking of ideas, right? And you turn it, no, you take the vertical one, which links the ideas, and you turn it horizontal, and then it all becomes one thing and becomes Took, and then you can get Tukdol. Tukdol. Oops. Oops. Tukdol. Yay, Tukdol. But we don't need Tukdol in here. And then the other one you saw on that screen was record. Let me spell that correctly. Right? Yeah. No, it doesn't mean record. It means like history. Is that right? Slash story. Let me go back here. I don't need to come back here. But yeah, it's this. Oh, okay. So it means record or history. Okay. Well, that's why I thought about being that. Wrong one. History story slash record. My word. That is horrendous writing. That's worse. Equals this, which equals, and this one's kind of cheating. I think it's a little cheeky, but that's it right there. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious what this is, right? It's just lines of text. So if you take that and you put underneath it another line, and you put the amplifier on it, that's how you can get from this, which is actually an incomplete sort of thought. No, it's not. It stands alone. So it's this to this year. That's another I. To this year. Eon. Which Eon is this little guy and needs an amplifier. Uh-oh, ran out of undos. Which we could then go into, and I worked on this a little bit. There's Care Novus, right? Care Novus, who has been brought up several times. And this would mean Dark's sad story, Sad's record, tragic record, something along those lines, is what that would mean, which is the name given to one of those mountain triumvirate people after she betrayed everyone. One of the immortal patrons. So, I don't have Care either. So, what do I do about Care? And then no, I don't have anything for either. I was going with something like, also, I've been thinking about it, and going back to one that we already had sort of settled, is over here. This whole family here. Rot, Vober, and Lore. I don't know that I like this. I don't know that it works anymore as a group. I mean, the whole story of it is silly. That, like, this is actually someone's mouth, right? It's like a nose. And they all have mustache. They all have, like, big beards. Like, you just see this, right? As, like, a dude's face. I don't like that anymore. I think it's too kiddish. Not too kiddish. I think it's too kitschy. Maybe that's a better word to say. So but I'm struggling to come up with a better idea for how to do that. I feel like it's a little complicated as a symbol already. As a base symbol? Is it though? That's the question. I don't know. Do I just make it more squarish? No, because then like we're just gonna get back into this and then everything's the same. Not everything can be the same. We're getting some good variety. Maybe. Oh yeah. Still haven't come up with a better one for Tish. Oh, I was working on that one though. It's an outpost, it's an enclave, it's a fortified position, fortified settlement. I was kind of going towards that one. And then I thought that maybe there's another term in like the world building for them that they refer to a lot of things as home boroughs. That's what they like. If you, it's home borough is like the term. So in my brain, then I'm like, okay, so home borough as a word is obviously a compound word, which fits nicely, maps nicely onto their like symbol system. So they're gonna have this one word that's actually like two symbols smushed together. Like Novus, right? But it's going to be two different symbols pushed together. But the problem is that I don't have either of those words. Like, what would burrow be? It's very, very... Because I got the idea of, like, dig... tunnel. Which we do kind of get towards with some of the other stuff, but like, is tunnel just this? But it's got to differentiate somehow, right? Why would those two lines be tunnel? That, I mean, that's like a... Now, the idea of tunnel is going to actually be a connection. Is it, though? Because, I mean, they're subterranean, so a tunnel is how you get... It's like a road. It's a byway. It's dug out. It's not going to be a byway because it's home. So home, I had this as the symbol. Which I think is simple enough that it works. So then I could do Tish. Oops, that's bad. I could do Tish as this, right? If we've already established that putting a number inside of a thing makes it oh, but this also then makes it very similar to... Well, that's not a bad thing though. That's super similar to Setok. But remember, the enclosed space is sort of the pure essence, right? Sort of a purifying thing. But also, it's supposed to just look like a door. But I didn't want it to be a box in a box. So it's like I got it, went back up here, you know, the classic Just keep iterating. That's how we got down to our dole. So this could be Tish. I mean, I think this works for Tish, which means we can come up here and do Tish come Lawyer of Oberon. No, but I already said. It's like if Tish is Tish, then this is just Tish right here, right? Tish, I just don't want like having Lawyer of Oberon be the same symbol twice. I just don't really like it that much. So these horizontal lines, I just don't know. Does that still hold? Hold on. Does Lawyer of Oberon still hold? I think it actually becomes lore. Same sound, but it says lore ear. Lord of O'Brien? I don't like Lord of O'Brien though. I like O'Brien. I don't know. Because actually be more like lower Vo brain. Laurier is non-physical interaction with animal, which makes sense. The Vobrin is the tough one, right? Because it's an action that has been completed. Wait, so it's actually Laurier Vobrin? Is it a physical characteristic is the question. Is speaking considered a physical characteristic in theirs? I think so, because you're actually doing something, right? I mean, also trying to like retcon this into the language. So it's actually not Laurier Vobrin, but it's actually still Laurier Vobrin. Laurier Vobrin. No, but if we're gonna say that that's physical, that one has to be physical too. So it's actually Laurier Vobren, which is how I say it mostly. But I think it actually is better for this. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Oh, I should probably not let this be up there, huh? Well, oopsie. Keep that in mind for later. We can fix that. There we go. This helps me make sure I keep everything on the right part of the screen. Let's see, how does that look? Didn't work. Alright, well, it was worth a shot. Trying to keep my... Is there a way for me to hide that? I don't really need to, I don't need to do this right now, but I'm doing it right now. I don't need that on there. I don't need Paramount Plus anymore. Definitely don't need that. Don't. Oh, actually, I do use Sleeper still. Oh, hey, I forgot that I saved that. This is unnecessary to do right now. And like, I don't think that you guys could actually access it, so I'm not worried about it. Also, like, I don't think there's really anyone watching. Rulyaln'veniir. So I gotta correct the map. Rulyaln'veniir. Which looks like this. Oh. Oh, this actually is in the wrong place. It goes out here. I don't need that layer on right now. I can erase this now, finally. Okay, that's not working fast enough. Alright, that's not working fast enough. So what we say? We said, oh, that's terrible. There we go. Perfect. Tish! Oh, look, I redid this already. I should erase it from up here then. And that definitely makes it a physical characteristic. If I'm using that as it, so, hold on, there it is. That's Tishkamlar Vobrin. Vobren. Alright, good. Now that Vobrin's out of there, Vober is out of that style, I think I can handle these guys. No, but what's to sing, though? I think on both sides of this I don't have to sing. Do I? Hold on. I don't think so. Sing. Not that I'm aware. Should probably fill some of these in, shouldn't I? Because we got Took. Right? It was that way, right? Oh, no, I've got it right here. Yeah. Got Vober now as this. So this would be Vobrin. This would be Vobrir. This would be Vobrish, etc., etc. And then if you're needing to do that, then it's going to be outside of that. So, Rog we got. Rot we got. Oh, didn't I have something for that? That would be a Laurier. Lorish. Don't have a Nesh. Oh, interesting. I need Ovak. Wait a minute, wait. These aren't words. Okay. Okay, we already sort of had the room, but you know what? Book should actually be probably this. Yeah, that's... nah. I don't know. Alum. I'm gonna get Alum at some point. obviously. A core, we've got a, well, because it's actually just A, right? That's actually what it is, and it's, did I actually end up doing that? Hold on a second. Oops. We got A, which I didn't even write down. Hold on, what? Because I know that, These lines are in my way. Don't even know what that line is for. It's probably super important, and I just don't remember what it was at this point. I made it so small. So where were we? We've also got Torbrankish. Physical characteristic of animate. Lacking-ish. See, I could just flip them all, though, and have... Is there a reason why I'm keeping them the way they are at the moment? Ooh. It's far too early in the day for that to be happening. In the day, it's evening at the very earliest. You could say it's evening. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I thought it was on this, right there. Maybe for Torbit, I should look at how you spell Charon. Okay. Can I find that? Yes, I can. I think I've got it right here. Yes. No, that's the wrong one. Yes. Okay. Nope, that's not it either. I think it's in here, though. Yeah. Here we are. Tyrol. That's what I'm looking for. So Tyrol. Let's go in here real quick. Tyrol. No. Veludum. Oops. I don't think that really helps me any. I don't think that really helps me at all. So Tyrol. I also have it right here. I could have just done it this way. Where are we? Here we are. My handwriting is bad in any language. Always remember that. That is Tyrol. So if you're putting this into the Rulyaln'veniir language, you would make it into a single image, right? So it would be something like... I don't know how you would do it, maybe. Would it just be this? Oops, wrong one. Would you like combine it all into one thing? Oof. Handwriting muy mal. Malísimo. I think that... Or do you just make it big enough? Do you make this one? Golly, mate. Come on. No, I think something like this works best. But they don't have any circles in theirs, right? So if you were going to take that and make it into something in this language for Torbit, it would be probably closer to what? Like this? That would be how I would do it. And I'm really the only one who's going to be wait, no. They would do it this way. It's close though. It's close. Actually, I'm going to zoom out a little bit because I don't like how pixelated that is. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. No, it's further away. This was closer. This would be the Rulyaln'veniir. Which, speak of the devil, would be... Let's do that. Rulyaln... Because we can do Venir now. That is... But I don't have this yet. I have Yaln. It's gonna be like this. Then L in phoneme. Where is it? Then this is magic. Which is what? Which is what? Exactly. Magic, magic, magic. Would it be something like pure fire? So that I could like put a box around fire? Or is it like deep fire? Does it have to be fire at all? Why am I making it fire? It doesn't have to be fire. Because rule is supposed to carry with it a sort of negative connotation. This is part of... for them, maybe not so much. For the Fabulisten, it's definitely not good. Magic is not good. As we went over in Wade's DM debrief, Spishbolt fu me puli shustuk, I think was the saying. Magic hands make for the weakest harvest. Obviously. You guys want to see what that looks like? I think that the Mosarn is the most elegant written language that I have, probably. It's gonna be okay. I think I have to have caps lock on. So, oh wait, but it's shpish, which is next page. And then a P, and then E. So, shpish. Hold on, Sir, I know that it's in here. It is in Bolosh's backstory. Oh, there we are. Spish, 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 bolsh, spish, spish. So, okay, the reason why it looks crazy is because since there are more vowel sounds than... And I guess I did this a little bit strangely. Because theirs isn't that bad. But I wanted to... So S is one. There's S, SS, and SH all in their language, and instead of just like, so I did S is like S, SS is lowercase s, and then I needed an SH. I was like Z's right there, so that's why it's like that. Spish, and then regular B, regular L, long U, which is regular U, Spish Bolsh. I forgot Top, which is just regular T, lowercase a, PK, then PULLI, PULLI. And technically those L's are like little trills, like a little plully. Oh, wait, hold on. That's pull it. All right, that should be it. Yay! There it is. Look at that. See, isn't that nice? Doesn't that look nice? You'd never know someone was being mean to you if someone wrote you that note. Spischbol, top, Spischbolsch, Spischbol, Spischbolsch, top, foo. Oh, did I put the foo in there? The foo's not in there. Yeah, there we are. Okay, that's better. Spischbol, top, foo, pulle, shush, pulle, shush, tuck. Shush tuck. Shush tuck. Shush tuk. Shush tuck. Shush tuck as opposed to shush tuk. Right? Because there's, see, same sound, slightly different pronunciation. See, right there, same sound, slightly different. A lot of these SHs in this one. In this one. Spish pull tuck fu pulley shush tuck. Pulle, not pulley. Pulle, shush tuck. Shush tuck, yeah. And their alphabet's all based off of like branching rivers and stuff. That's what that looks like. That. Cool. I'm sure everyone's interested in that. Don't need that anymore. Boop, gone forever. Sharon. I mean, Tyrol, gone forever. Where's mine? There. What? Did my thing fall? Where? Oh, there it is. Anyways. I'm distracting myself, eh? Distracting myself. Something like this, maybe? Oh. That's what that looks like. That's not what that looks like. I don't know. Jumping in right now. Why? Just working on words, brother. Just working on words, Jimmy Johns. But we got home. Got home and Tish. Getting Tish is huge. Getting Tish is huge. No, see, but a burrow isn't a tunnel. That's why it's not. That's why the words are different. A burrow is like the end point of a tunnel. It's the home where you live inside the tunnel. The tunnel leads to the burrow. So, I mean, you can't just do this. That's like the end of a tunnel. Oh dear. Mr. Text Message. So, burrow. And you know, hey, if you don't care about what I'm doing on the screen, you could always just chill out with the nice vibes of the music as well. There's always that. The chat's open and free, so whatever. I mostly just use this as a focusing tool so that I'll actually sit down and work on this stuff. Then when I'm talking to out loud, I'm not just talking to the void. I'm talking to a different sort of void, one that actually, you know, it's different than just my walls absorbing the sound. The great data banks of Arizona are absorbing all the YouTube live streaming, wherever they have their data banks stored. I don't know if it's Arizona. Not me. I don't know. Oh, I gotta make sure that I keep... You know what? I should do this. I should do this. I'm gonna move myself. Ah, wrong thing. There we go. See, look, now we won't lose anything over here because I know that this is the no-go zone over here. This is all no-go zone over there. So don't, like, work over here. I'm not going to because, there we go. But now I have this is my workspace right here. It's all right here's my workspace and I can do it just fine. Those are question marks, by the way. Those aren't symbols. Well, they are symbols, but they're not. This is a question mark. Look what am I? Look at this. Yeah, that's a better question mark. Because we got this. That's this. That's still a terrible question mark. There. Just because I wrote it at an angle or something. That's an R if you can't tell. Which one could be forgiven for not being able to read all this. Like that E. Who's going to know that's an E but me? And, you know, being able to see this is malformed. Which is somewhat, it's not ironic. Is it ironic? Is that actually ironic? That malformed was malformed? I think that might actually be ironic. Not just coincidental, right? Hold on. Now I have to know. I have to know. That's a terrible definition of irony. was the opposite. It's not ironic, it's coincidental. Anyways, I don't need to be worrying about that anymore. I'm just watching myself blink over there as I slowly read something. I don't think this is going to work out using... Hold on, how many vowel forms do they have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have 5? Oh, well, that makes sense. A-E-I-O-U. That's 5. Uh-oh, calm morning mizzle. Watch out. I am a fantastic singer. Don't you tell me otherwise. Because that'll just hurt my feelings. Eldership of 15. There's 15 elders for the Rulyaln'veniir, obviously. Be sure to be on the lookout for our episode coming out on the 1st of the month for who knows what. Will Bjolon make it back to Rashbagash Mekankik? We could spell that in Mozart too. You want to do that? Let's do that. I want to do it. I want to see what it looks like. Alright, so... let's wrap... What happened? Can kick. Rash bagash can kick. There it is, Rash bagash can kick. Cool. I'm glad we did that. Super useful. Anyway. Is it necessary for me to even be on screen? Who knows? Who's to say? Yes, the answer is yes, because you have to see my mug. You have to see which mug I'm using. Now I like this better. Now it's better. Just messing with my lighting a little bit. I changed this light. I'm not even going to tell you what I did to this light. Alright. I'm not going to tell you. You just have to guess what I did to change up that lighting. It is... Respect the jank, right? It's respect the jank. That's what that is. Okay. Right. So the actual point of what I was trying to do today is consolidate all of these words, these new words onto here, which we've gotten. Got that one. That one I don't know if I'm super enthused with for Tog and Tog and Feb. Nothing useful on there. Nothing useful on here. I think I've already covered all this stuff. Vision. Now I said Nahor on here. Nahor. Initially, no, wrong one. Should be a physical interaction with inanimate, which is not correct. That would not be a Nahar. That's why we changed it. Which means, so all that touche. Did I write it on here? Did I put it on here somewhere? No, I didn't. Okay. So, on the coins, I'm going to have the Setokoma Trabion, which we see right here. And then this guy, which is the Visirion the Rulyaln'veniir. Is that what we decided? Which would be the great recorder of transactions. That would be what he is. Ooh. It's the treasurer, right? You know, we have a treasurer on our money, so this is who would be on the back of their money. And then I thought about putting someone on there, the speaker for the dead. Rulyaln'veniir. And that's where I got off on the tangent of the tangent, yeah, because this is so laser focused all the time, of the Lorir. And now that I have Vober being separate from Lore, then, which is funny. I didn't mean to do that. That Lore is mouth. This is no longer needed. I've covered that. What is on here? Oh, this is where I got Tum So. Oh, and listening back through, I did name that tavern. It's the Brawny Brawler. So, eat that, my players. You don't remember all the minutiae bits of lore that I do. I like the new Took better than the old Took. The old Took was like literally just a dude standing there. So that's not very good. There's those notes. Okay. So I should put that on there. It's really good to clear up your desk while you're live streaming on YouTube to a viewer, maybe. My word. Oh, here we are. Here's some old stuff. That's already done as well. Now, why was that Novus? Alright, now we're organized. More organized. Oh, so for Ankh, were we thinking of taking the Neh, which is the transaction? then putting a little boop, 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 boop in there. Is that what we're looking at? And then, since it should be up here, right? So it'd be like this. If we're doing it for realsies, it's gonna be like this. Oh, that finger's, it's a bad finger. There we go. This would be onkish. Not this one, this one. Because it's based off of a transaction, it makes it a physical characteristic. Okay, that makes sense. So for the Torpid Onkish, we've got the Onkish part. So we've got the Onk part as well. So we can put that over here. Hey, look at that. We got something. We actually got something today. I don't think that's in the list. No. There we go. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't that lovely? As you hear me slurp on my drink. What am I pouring in here? I'm obviously having to refill it multiple times because of how minute this mug is. It's still called a mug this small, or is this actually considered a cup? Questions and wonders abound, don't they? Only the important things here are lore Gobblin. Okay, so Onkish, done. Now he's got Torbit. Hold on, I feel like we might be getting towards the end of this, so I want to make sure that this is going to loop. Oh, it is looping. Okay, good. Or is this... Does this not have... Because you're not trading... Maybe it's just this. Inside the hand. Hold on, let's go take a look over here. Because you're not... Because that symbol makes it... Make it a trade item, right? Whereas this is just going to be... Which means that technically... Neh is just going to be this, right? Oh, okay, actually I'm going to do the whole thing again because looking at it, it's a little bit wrong. So it's, Oh, that's too many fingers on that side. Maybe I should build from the square out. Maybe that'll be easier. There we go. Okay. Ankh. Got it. And then you've got your Ankir, Ankish, Ankin, Ankiv. Ankiv. Ankiz. Ankig? What is it? Ankill. I like that. I like the L. One more. One more. There we go. Alright, so I guess you could go put that on the main screen there. Go and put that on the main screen. Get another off the leash. Get up here to the Unk. This is technically just ah. It's not ah core, it's just ah. Ah core is this. That's on core. I think that's good. I think that one's good. Yeah. I'm still not sold on this line here. And this line here as being that ending. Yeah, this could be plenty interactive. You know, just drop a chat, just drop yourself a little chat or something, and I'll answer any questions you get. Do I like that? As dirt? Soil? No, I don't. Answer is pretty clear, actually. I don't. Alright, on to the next thing. Alum inhalet. So if we do this Rulyaln'veniir, the current one, it's like this. But the stack is just, look how big that stack is. I think that stack is too much. This on top of this is not working for me anymore. That's the problem. The mouth is too much. It's not just a mouth, it's a nose and a mouth. And that's I think it sort of got me on the right foot, but I think it has surpassed its usability at this point. I think that our direction is much better now. Oh look, there's Took. Took to Tool. Which we can now do, sort of. It's like what? And then whatever from, so it's gonna be like that or something. I don't know. We talked brief about those prepositional phrases much earlier. But that's still so, I don't know, that's been digitized at all. I think it's all right here on, in here? Is it in here? No, it's on here. Yeah. All that stuff right there. And ties from, right? So I had ta actually being this. So this P is getting in my way. Oh, golly. There we go. Come on, mate. So that would be Tuktatum. Is that right? Yeah. Maybe we're like, no, I already have that. It's technically this. Right now, just so we can get it in writing. The two symbol construction, right? We've got our thingamajig and our thingamajig. Our object and our subject. Subject and our object. So we'll just use Tukta as the example, right? It's not, there's no line there. That denotes the apostrophe. Obviously telling myself that. So the thought process that I have, oh golly, that's, what a great line. My hand is solid as a rock, you know? It's really good at drawing straight lines. Could just do it this way, right? What? Didn't I just click on that? So, the way I've got it set up right now is I had it that there's actually like a line that would go across the top, but I'm getting rid of that idea sort of, and moving to no full connection, because there's going to be things like that, and there's going to be lines like here. So I need to save that room from the diacritical space. So each corner has like its own section of symbols that's going to go in it. And each one of these means, oops. Each one of these is going to mean something different, right? So actually Yeah, okay. This horizontal line is what will stay. This is like the baseline that will indicate that there's some sort of diacritical information being added. What I come up with at the moment is that this is going to be on, and this is off? No, of, not off, of. All right, so we can keep our lower calm, right? The of, and then the. Keep those diacriticals. So you could say like on the. So from the last episode, right? We had scribes on the waterfront, I believe is what it was called. Scribes on the riverfront. Which I don't really have. I mean, you know what? I've got recorders, right? So if that were to be a Ungolian shop, which it isn't, but it was scribes on the. I think it was the riverfront. We'd have scribes, then on, and then we would have whatever riverfront is, because I definitely don't have that. It's going to be something about. So it'd be like something with so, which is this, right? That's water. This is really just shooting from the hip here, because this would be like a crossroads, so it's like travel way, travel passage. Like it would look like that. We scribes on the river. So riverfront is actually probably going to be. Would be. If we're using this as a river, which I'm definitely not going to, but just for the sake of the example. And then what would front be? That'd actually be the side of the river, so it'd be like the river bank. Riverfront. That's a really silly one, especially with how I drew it. But my thought process is that it's literally just like this side of a river. Right side of water side is what that would be. So this would be your scribes. Here's your on. Here's your the. And then river and front. Then I think I had this as 2. I have this as over. I have this as from. I don't have what this is yet. I don't have what this is yet. And then for the bottom corner, bottom corner we have, this is our within, this is without, meaning outside of, right? Not, it's not having something, it's being outside of something. And then this is just with, and then this is near. Interesting. And then I was using the middle as like a progressive modifier so that you could have something here. So maybe it is just this. I had the idea that like you do this and then cross it like that. Add a little diagonal on it. And then we have... This is beyond. Don't have anything here. I don't have anything here. And I don't have anything here. The problem being that I went in here and I'm trying to pare down all prepositions into few categories as possible. Which, at the moment, I'm working on. But as you can see, there's quite a few that I don't have yet. And on our little sheet there, well, we've got on, we've got off, we've got within, without, we've got with, to, from, between. Okay. Between. We can do between. Nope, wrong one. We can do between like this. What in the world? What? Oh! Blah. Oh golly. Here. No. This is between. This is beyond. Oh wait, no, I already have beyond. I don't like beyond there. I like beyond here. Over. Oh, because I wanted this to be under. This is on, this is over, this is within, this is beyond. Without and beyond, I think that's fine. So I mean, at the moment, what I have 16 options currently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15. Yeah, I definitely have to do the temporal ones. I think are going to be a separate construction altogether. Wait, I didn't put off on here though. Oh, this is 2. Wait. Oh, right, I wrote some more up there. You know what? I could really probably use this on this, right? Yeah. think that's... No, not that. This, yeah. What's my layer adjustment? L? No, it's not L. That's lasso select. K is fill. I don't know what that does. Wait, there it is. Nope. Yeah, there we go. Okay, it's F. Okay, let's take this over here. Let's get serious about this. Let's get serious about this, eh? Alright. Oops, nope, that was bad. Yeah. Okay. Okay. It's my prepositional workspace now. And we can write them all right here. Up, down, beside, behind. Wait. Let me not do this like an idiot. Let me pull these over here. Okay. Alrighty then. Up. Down. Beside. Behind. Beyond. In. Out. From. To. With. Between. Through. Around. On. Off. Within. And without. Oh, I forgot at. At. Wait, did I forget between? Oh no, I got between. Great. There were actually 6. I miscounted earlier. So that's 18. And then for the temporal ones, we've got before. Until and before are like the same sort of thing. We've got since and after. Then we've got during and by. And then we've got a bunch of other ones that are relational. So then I've got positional, which I think is more important to get into all of this, of which there are, what did I just say? 18. Ugh, I had 16. Then there's the comparative, which are as, but, like, minus, than, unlike, and plus. And again, these groupings are my own. So, like, I'm making these groupings up. And then there's relational, which are save, except, regarding, about, concerning, considering, for, per, round, despite, of, against, by, via, and versus. against, though, could argue, well... If I add in all of those, that's another 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22 additional. Ay, 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 it's doubling up what I've already got. So that's not great. Obviously, it's not great. All right. Do I want to start this right now? I mean, we're already like 2 hours into this. Two hours and 17 minutes to be exact. Scintillating entertainment at the moment. So, just to repeat what we've got, these are the lines here. Those denote that there is something being said. Then we can go like this, and that gives us of. This gives us on, this, and this. Ooh, I can't do that. We can do that, though. Does that work? No. Because if I do that, watch why I can't do that. If it's this, oh, it's not, it's this, right? It's that. Because this is always going to be pointing towards the referent. I basically think of that as an arrow. So I can do that. I can do this. Because it's not, the logo isn't this, which could, in the end, am I going crazy? Hold on. Yes, okay, because if it were that, then this right here, 2, would be the same as whatever that is, but referring to something different. But luckily the construction is not such. I can do this because it's not actually that. It is this. It is this. And that, since it's pointing to the referent, will be fine. Okay. I can't do this because it encroaches on the space in here too much. Which means I can also get that, right? So what we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 per corner, so 5, 10, 15, 20. And then another 5 here and 5 there. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 4, 5. 1, 2, 4, 5. Yeah. Wait, no, this is 6. This one is 6. No, it's 4. Yeah. So we're looking at 28. 28 at the moment. What you can do is that you could do this in the corner. Since all these corners are open, then you can use those to make them a progressive. Okay. What? What just happened? Oh, I know what's going on. There we are. There's the... From... Over... This is going to be under now. This is going to be beyond. Then we've got the width, without, within. What else could we put over there? And then we'll go ahead and mark some of these off. Oh. Wait. Oh, over is actually up. Yeah, we're going to do over under. I have them listed as up and down. Up the street, across, above the street, over the street. You can actually go in here and do what we just be doing? What we just be doing? We're going to move the widths. Through. I'm to say that this is through. Oh, but now if I'm over here, I'm covering up the tracks as they come through. Yeah, I always remember that if you like any of the music you hear, we got the what do we have? We've got the playlist. Umbalin and Umbalin Easy Listening, I think is what it's called. I don't think it's Umbalin and Oblivion Easy Listening, but it's Umbalin Easy Listening. These time ones. What are these time ones for? See, I would normally do, for like the time ones, I would think something on the top dial, sort of like the time of day sort of thing. But they live underground, ergo their referent for time is not going to be solar based. So I don't think that would work. I don't even know how they would, I haven't given much thought how they would even keep time. It would be sand based, right? It would be probably much more candle based. That would make sense. So as like the candle burns down, they know. I think I only have, if I have 4 of them, which I believe I do. I have 3? Oh. Okay. Okay, that can work though. Because I got that one free, I got that one free, and I got that one free. Excuse me a moment while I do some texting. Where are we? 2.5 hours. What is that? You can't see it, but I can see it. Is that? I made a mess on my shirt. I've got some gloopies on it. It's not great. Do we like the lines? Is there a more aesthetic way to do these? Like, do we put a box in the corner and just have it like do that? I think that's doing too much. It's not done for the aesthetics, it's done for the speed of it. I mean, it cuts out with how cumbersome these words are generally. Having these little directional diacritics, as I've called them, with, you know, I think some very base level knowledge of whether that terminology would be correct or not. Rulyaln'veniir Gobblin. The thing is, like, do I do something like that do I need to distinguish this middle portion here? I think that looks good, actually. You got this for the in-between, that for the prepositional phrases, essentially. Which then, if we come back down here, actually helps things, right? Because while we lose this and lose this, with it being just a vertical hash, then we gain this and this. So that makes it 5 again. So then we just go... We can do all the widths. That makes this more like through. Oh, but... No. I can't do it that way. Can't do it that way because you have to think about it, right? So, like, if I do this, then you don't... Technically, you wouldn't know... You're just looking like two symbols here, right? Like... If I got this here, then you don't know... Like, if I'm saying that this is... Like, honest of... the next one, or whatever that is. So it can't be a straight down. Can't be that. I think we go back to it. I think we go back to what we just had. Let's go try that out again. Where were we doing that? Well, that's nice. I think we go to this instead. Does that matter is the question. See, because it can't be this, right? I can't use that. I can't use that anyways. So do we go to this? No. See, now we're just getting closer to where I thought it was just going to be like you do a full line above it. Everything's just written between like these lines, right? You have like these lines and then you'll go like symbol, 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 and then like you'll sometimes put these little cricks in here. See, but then like where like the break in the line, you got to break the line somewhere to figure out where your information stops. Like how do you do a period? Like, is this just how you do a period? No, that doesn't make any sense. The question is, am I going to make any more progress today? I'd say like if you're joining now, you're probably lost, but there's not too much of a through line to these really when it's just me sitting in here. Preposition corner. Oh, I get it. That's funny because I'm working in the corners. Get it? That's hilarious, bro. Dude, it's like the funniest thing I've heard since Dan Cook in 2005. Which 2005? Yeah. 2005. I'm thinking of when he was actually culturally relevant, not if I thought he was funny in 2005. Because it was like when I was in middle school, he was sort of no longer that popular when I was in high school. Yeah, so 2005 would be probably pretty peak Dane Cook time. So it didn't give me any answers. Well, okay. But could we do... It needs to be something different. It needs to be something a little different in the middle there, to denote the conjunction between the two symbol sets. Like I've got that for the... I know that we haven't used this one because this one, like this is a terrible thing that I did. It's the opposite of this, obviously, but you don't actually say it. It's an inflection thing. So I haven't done that with anything yet. Like it's the little, it's maybe you put the emphasis on the wrong syllable to do that. I don't know. And you know what I could do is like I could look at real languages and see how they handle these sorts of things, but I am a stubborn goat. And I try to do everything by myself, ex nihilo. It's my own personal foible. Is it that? You would never see this, though, right? You would never see that. Okay, there we go. That's a good example. You wouldn't ever see behind and beyond. But I can still get 4 out of it. So you would see like this. Does it go here? It could be like... I just can't use those. But would you do it on both sides then? No, you do it on the side that you're using. Alright, so if I did it this way... Alright, so if I did... what would it be? Oh, well if I did like... This would be talk to the council, right? Talk council to the... Trying to figure out some of the words I can do. I mean, I've got the nech. I don't want to do that because it's I have to write so much. It's just not an easy one to do. I can just do like bye, right? No, because I'm trying to do like, I don't have any like action words yet. So like jump, I don't have jump or like walk or swim or any of those. Ugh. I don't have eat. I don't have food. I'm building the language in, I mean, to call it a roundabout manner would be generous, obviously. Okay. So if we're trying to write this sentence here, right? Like he talked after the meeting he talked after the well, you know, no, meeting would be different, but he talked after the just transaction with the council, right? So if we're trying to write that, he talked after the transaction with the council. We've got talk, and he accomplished talking, so that's going to be who did he talk with, though? Yeah, it's going to be an N ending. Too many fingers. I'm using transaction as a stand-in for, and you know what? Actually, I'm gonna have that be a little bit different. And we could just call it like the Sitok. Com Mavi Trebion. So And since he is the subject, he's... No. Hold on. The verb comes at the end, right? So this is it. This would be Satoko Mavitravion. This is my width. Right? So if I say that... why didn't I just put these in the boxes, man? Okay, so I have to like... So as far as like functionally, they need to be inside the square, right? See, this is why it's not working. Okay, I think what we have to do is one part of the diacritical system is for the positional. Because this is where, like, is width is positional sometimes. Like up, down, left, right, or above, below, beside. But other times it's relational. Well, no, I'm walking with him. That's positional. I'm talking with him. That would be the same sort of positional thing. So it's still a positional thing. So the question then is... Tough. It's going to take a lot more organization, probably. Because then we have the whole question of the time ones, right? Before, after. But before is also like, well, I need to try to think of them as their own thing, right? I don't want to. I can't think of how they're used in English. I have to think about how these guys would use them in their language. So before, and they would never say he walked before him, like in front of him. They would always be saying he's walking in front of him. Ahead of him. So I was walking ahead of him. part of making these languages is that you have to figure out where you're going to build in translational issues for yourself. Because if you're not having trouble translating, then you're not translating. You're just making up new words for English. So I need to, when I'm making these languages, I have to make sure that what I'm doing is self-contained enough within the own logos of the language that sometimes I'm going to encounter an issue with when I try to write out a word in English. So how do I say this in Ungol? How would I say this in Ungol? Well, if I'm saying, in this case, he talked after the transaction with the Seto como ave trovion. So Seto como ave trovion, that is its own thing, right? That's its own thing. It's got its section right there. Rendered poorly in my own handwriting, because if I'm writing in my own handwriting, then it's going to be poorly. That is Seto como ave trovion, right there. Right there. This is the Seto como ave trovion. So that is this. This is the transaction, which it's supposed to be meeting, but I don't have a word for meeting. Hold on. Maybe I do. There we go, meeting. I gotta replace that. I gotta figure out a better way to do mouth. I mean, do I just do something like this? Like, do I just do something like this? Just have that be mouth? It's literally just like a dude's mouth. I mean, that's what it is in Japanese, right? It's just a mouth. Roku. I just wanted it to be a little different, so I thought that was fun. But I'm just not liking the vibes of it anymore. That's pretty one-to-one though. Look at it, look, it makes a little guy. Oh, he's doing the Home Alone scream. Ah! But instead, I could go. I think I like this better, actually. Yeah. It's less on the nose. Which would, of course, then make Tishcom lower Volbrin. Not that. But this. I'll take it. I'll take it. Okay. Which means that this is now meeting, because this is a transaction of speaking. Right? So it's a transaction of words. So that's why this is now meeting. So after the meeting, but what is meeting in their language? That's a separate question altogether. So now I've got a word equals something equals Oops, too big. Nope, 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 nope. Hold on. Okay, hold on. I've done this before. You start with the square in the middle, man. Build a square around that. For the hand. For the hand. For the hand. For the hand. Thumbs. Fingers. Okay. You wouldn't say the meetings, like it doesn't need this over here. See, that's just, it's too many diacritical marks. Or do you just like pull it in? Do you just like embed them, right? Do you just do that? I just think that's not a great look. Because then I'm down to 3 there, right? Well, it would never be that. It would be like this. Or this. Or this. Or this. It could be this. You just have to move this down a little bit into here. I'm starting to believe that that's doable. Now, there's a whole issue of, at the end here, I mean, probably I'm going to drop this in here. And then, no, because now I've got, no, it can't be that. Is this better? No, that's not better. That's a tongue. Now, you're saying that. Now, do we say that this is wrote? Right? Do you say that that's wrote? But, I think that was actually better. Hold on. Hold on. We might be onto something here. Alright, so that's rote. So then for Laurier... we just do this. I like it better than the previous one. Is that better? Is that better? I don't think that's better. I think this is better than that. What do you think, chat? Do you think the top's better than the bottom? Do you think I need the extra line in there? Do we add a subtle complication to it? Do instead of a full box, what if we went, oops, what if we went, no, too much. No, that's not it. That's not it. That's rote. This is lore. My handwriting is so bad in language that I even make up. Nope, nope, nope. Don't want that one. mean, that could just be a Chinese symbol right there, man. All right, I think if I clean that up some. So do we leave the sticks on the edge or no? That's the question. Or maybe do I just do it like put a little... Ooh. Hold on. Sure, why not? I mean, I still didn't finish the sentence, but became a secondary point. So you can't do that. Or can you? Oh, right, because this is actually like that. See, the way I had it blocked out on this, is I had like a diacritical space in here. And that diacritical space, oh, it doesn't overlap. It does overlap. It's supposed to overlap. Oh, well, time has gotten away from me now. As is tradition. as is tradition, we lock in right at the very end. And I don't say anything for about maybe 45 full minutes. I don't know. We're going to, you know what? I'm not going to go through the end with one last song. I think we'll probably just call it, unless somebody has something to say right here at the very, very end. I think we'll probably call it here. All right, have a good weekend, everybody. A new episode next week. Check it out on the 1st. Oh, I was trying to get it before the new song came in, but I didn't. Also check all of the DM debriefs, you know, upandoutshow.substack.com, all of that jazz. We'll eventually, we've got such big plans once we get our group stuff ready to go. But we're almost there. But we'll see you. Yeah, like I said, on the 1st.